Hey everybody, it's Racer PS2 and Electronics Repair here. We got our tonight's video, or tomorrow's video, whatever time you look at it. Please like and subscribe because I don't get paid for these videos. I don't have a backer. I don't have anything. Please like and subscribe. I got like 90% of people watching these that are not subscribed. It doesn't cost you a thing. Just hit that subscribe button. And like I said, on with the video. Hey everybody, it's Racer PS2 and Electronics Repair here. I'm just going to do a quick video how to troubleshoot a Gh-19 board that I should have recorded. But I'm going to show you what these network resistors are, how this system works. We're in the service manual. These are all your parts, blah, blah, blah. But here you go. A Gh-19 board is different than a Gh-15 board that I was working on earlier. I didn't care about it because I didn't really want to fix it. If you look here, basically your input, whatever, this is your motion engine, which is IC104 on the board, which your video IC, which is your graphics synthesizer, goes to your AC audio DAC, which goes and puts on your TV, okay? This is your audio IC. Also, the audio DAC and the RGB and audio DAC. They're one chip. People might not know that, but they are one chip, okay? So basically, this is your data bus lines. You got ADO63, which goes to 1 through 64 on the audio and graphics. This is all BGA package, by the way, so, you know, blah, blah, blah. You got your AG06, you got all this other stuff, your green, your whatever, blah, blah, blah. These are all data lines. They talk to each other. Okay, they're called network resistors. So, say you're troubleshooting a no video issue. All right, let's find these so-called resistors. Here's your motion engine. You can find this online, okay? Video decoupling. Crap, I wish I could zoom in here. I need the hand. This sucks. Sorry about that. Because here's your motion engine, okay? EE talks to... The motion engine actually talks to the graphics chip. Like I said, Gh-17, Gh-19 tags, G-plugs are prohibited, blah, blah, blah. Sony can sue me all they want. This system's not being made anymore, but I'm trying to get it where I can actually show you stuff. And yes, there's a temperature sensor right there too. IC105. This is a temp sensor. That's what shuts your PlayStation off when it gets too hot. I've never seen one of those fail. The PlayStation 3s have them in the actual chip itself. People don't know that and they don't realize that. But anyways. But yeah, that's your motion engine. As you can see, this is all your data bus lines going in and out. I think it's IC202. Let me see here. Yep, there's IC202. See if I can... Whatever. You see all that? That's your data bus. You know where that's going? Right here. These two talk to each other. Okay? This is what causes the board to boot. So that could cause a locked up state where you get no signal. The board isn't booting. It's not that you don't have no video. The board's not booting. Okay? Because there's resistors between these two in the data line. They're called network resistors. They're 47 ohms. Oh, they have them right here. Look at that. Let me give you a close-up shot of that. Those are your network resistors. This is what helps you talk to the motion engine. So I can get... Those are some of them. Okay, these are resistor ICs. They give you your data bus, they give you your lines, they give you all that stuff. This is what talks to the motion engine and all that, and the 1.8 and all that stuff. This is what talks to that. But the one I found that was broken that I had was RB109. See this? These are your network resistors on top of the board, folks. There's RB109. This is the one I had a problem with. They're resistor ICs. That's what they are. I'll show you in the parts diagram what they are. But these are resistor ICs. These are supposed to be 47 ohms each. Each little leg is 47 ohms. So if you got 47 here, 46, 46, 47, and 90 ohms over here, that's your problem with the no video and the board not booting. And nothing's communicating. Because these are data bus lines. They're network lines. They're like data bus lines on a car, okay? RB114 is the same thing. RB117 is the same thing. They're just longer. These go to vias underneath these chips, and they go everywhere else in the video circuit and the booting circuit and all that stuff. It took me a week and a half to figure this out, because I had to sit there and go, okay, well, because what I did is on side B, that's your video IC. And it goes out to your multi-out. So I'm thinking to myself, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I replaced all 5 of these, thinking that was my problem. I go boot it up, same problem. Black screen, no signal. So I go ahead and I replace this one right here. What is that one? I'm going to say R204 maybe. So I replaced that one as well. And still same problem. No, it was on top of the board. I had a problem with RB209. And I'm going to show you what RB209 is. Of course, that's the Gh-19. Gh-17, Gh-19 are the same board chassis, so. It is a resistor chip network, 47 ohms. It is a 3216 chip. Okay. That is the part number for it, but I guarantee you if I looked it up right now, you're not going to find any. You're going to have to get them off a G15 donor board. They're the same. They are exactly the same. So that's the first thing I check now is those resistors on top, because that causes the board not to boot. And the funny part is that board is just fine. It would boot. I got the video back on it, and I checked it, and the Megacon is just fine on it. So it's in a different system right now. It's in a test shell right now, and I'll show you in a minute that it actually works. It's in a 30,001R case. I know the 30,001R is having a 39,001 identity crisis. Yes, you can do that. What the heck? That doesn't matter anymore. It's for network purposes, IDs and stuff. And like I said, I'll go Sony so that and all they're gonna do is give you what the heck is this? Huh? Fan DC, what the heck is that for? Oh. That's for something else. Let's say I put that part number in here, because this is Sony's parts website, by the way. eCompass says. And I'll tell you, there's no results. You can't get it. So to fix your problem, you're going to have to get a donor board. I have several donor boards for this purpose. I have a stack of I had a stack of G15s in a box that I jack fuses off of, parts, etc. because I know that these parts between a G15, G17, G19, G22 are all the same chips. Sony got their heads out of their butts on the Mechacons. According to their wiki page, they got their heads out of their butts around the G chassis. For the US, the final revision of that Mechacon was SPXP10349-103GG. Okay. The 3001Rs were a 101GG. Because they had a separate EEPROM and RTC. The newer ones, like the 39001s, the 39001s in US and Canada, whatever, they didn't have a separate, apparently did not have a separate EEPROM for the firmware. They were all one. So if this chip gets corrupted, you're fucked. Excuse my language, you're fucked. And this was the last revision before they went to the Dragon type, which was the 5000 series. See if it's in here. And then they got some there saying that they were used for retail consoles. There's the ones for the slim models. There are two dies and they have the RTC and the EEPROM IC right in them. That's what I'm saying. They went cheaper and cheaper on these suckers. That's why I keep telling you guys, you have your laser's being funny, and you put a laser in it, and it's still no good. And I can tell you, it's not the laser. I can tell you that right now. It's this little bastard, the Mechacon, which also it's short for mechanics controller. The main function to control the drive mechanism. So if you guys think it's the BFM chips, you're gladly mistaken. So that chip, all that does is control the tray coming in and out. It doesn't. That BFM chip doesn't control anything else. All your stuff comes from the Mechacon, the mechanics controller. Okay, everything is the mechanics controller. Okay. It controls the disk drive, it controls the hard drive, it controls all that functions. It also handles security for the PlayStation 2 and implements the game's disk security, the magic gate, and the KLF file decryption. So if your laser's being retarded, there's your problem. The older ones were a CPX10 chip. The newer ones were 100 pin, G14 earlier models, including the G16 board, came with a 100 pin QFP package. The other ones come with this is why I told you this is a waste of time. 136 ball BGA package, including the G-15 board. 17 up to G-22 came with a 136 ball BGA package. That is why I keep telling you guys, if you can reflow them, great. Get them to work, great. But you can't put a lot of heat on 136 balls before they start melting together. I tried that on a G-15 because it was acting funny. Maybe I had a loose solder ball or something. Board didn't have, I'm going to tell you right now, this mechanics controller, I'm going to show you on the thing if I can find it on the diagram here. It's called a Mechacon. Let me see if I can find it. There's your EE, there's your graphics chip. Like I told you, these are the ones you want to check up top. They're all 47 ohms. So if you got one that's out of whack up here, replace it. It'll cause the board not to boot. It'll cause a lot of stuff. But there's your Mechacon. IC607. As you can tell, it goes through all these little vias. It goes all of the balls under here. If you follow them, there is a Syscon on these boards. This is the early version of a Syscon. And then you got little vias, blah blah blah. And there's the more network resistors. And then it comes around, blah blah blah. It goes to your hard drive controller, which is your network controller right there, which hard drive, whatever, blah blah blah. That's why I said on the G-15 31,000 hours, if you want to use a hard drive and freely boot, more power to you. You can do it. But once this thing goes bad here, or starts acting funny and you can't use a disk drive anymore, the thing is junk. There's nothing really you can do besides send it back to Sony to have them change it. Oh wait, Sony hasn't fixed these in, I don't know, 10 years? Since 2018 they stopped fixing them? That's 5, 10, almost 10 years ago now. So like I said, these are educational videos. You can find this stuff online if you really want to start poking around your PlayStation. That's why I keep telling you guys, if you can, give this thing a little heat. See if it starts acting right. If it starts acting right, the chip is junk. It's a BGA controller package. You can see it right there, all the little balls in it. Look at all those little vias you got to go through. And if you look at the back of the board, where that would sit, network resistor, network resistor. Network resistor, network resistor, network resistor. This thing goes bad, your board is toast. There's nothing coming back from it. Unless you can get a Mechacon, find a way to put 130, get one off a new board that you screwed up, that you know is good and it worked. You're SOL, because if you look at the bottom of this thing, where that thing sits, I might get an example out here in a second to show you where underneath the board on a real board, but where this thing sits, it's over here. It's all these little vias and resistors and caps and, you know, it's stuff that they put underneath there. That's your CD. 501's your hard drive controller. IC605 is your CD DSP. That talks to the Mechacon. This also talks to the Mechacon. That is why you can exploit some stuff by doing putting on free McBoot. Because what they're doing is they're using the hard drive exploit from Final Fantasy. when they started doing it, where there was too big to put on discs, so you had to have a network hard drive to download the disc to the game, so that when you went online, it wouldn't cause any lag. That's why it says hard drive input output. Which also has network resistors. You basically can take, if these, you know these chips are good, you can take them off and put them on a different board. But do you want to sit there and solder 160 pins? I wouldn't. That's when your parts consoles come into play, the ones with the broken disk drive trays and stuff. That's where I get my boards from, ladies and gentlemen. I'll go on eBay and buy a $25 console, knowing that all I want is the board out of it. I'll throw they'll say discrete error and it doesn't work, blah, blah, blah. I'll throw a known good 400C in there and see if it reads. If it pops off, no big deal. And it goes off like that, that board gets swapped into the one that I'm gonna sell. Because I know it's good. There's going to be nothing wrong with it. I put a brand new laser in there and bam, you're done. That's why I like the 3001 series, because you never had these problems. Then Sony's going, oh, we need to make more money on these. Then they come out with these designs. And that's why I keep telling you, the Gh-19 and the Gh-22, the Gh-22 is the final revision. I can't even find anything on a Gh-22 chassis, on a Gh-22 board right now. But I'm assuming the theory is the same. Heck, they even got it where they tell you where all the little spindle motors go. You got loading motor, flat cable, a spindle, and then the sled motor. By the way, if you're looking at it, and then there's your optical device. There's the RF amp. Like I said, this is just a learning video to show you guys that that's how I fixed that one, was RB109. You're going to need a donor board for it. I don't recommend you jumping it, because these two chips look for certain resistance. If it doesn't have that certain resistance, it won't boot, and you won't have any video. So, this is Racer PS2 Electronics Repair signing out. Just letting you know that's what was going on with that board, and I hope somebody finds this video helpful, because I know that there's a lot of videos out there about this, but they don't tell you what's going on with it. You gotta have a diagram, folks. You gotta take them off a donor board. I guarantee you I could probably buy a bunch of PlayStations with distorted video now and everything else, and it's gonna be one of these top resistors on the top that go bad. You just gotta use a ohm meter and ohm them out. It doesn't take no more than 5. It takes more time to take the thing apart and to get it off a donor board than it is to basically fix the issue here. And it kind of stinks that I can't zoom. Oh, there we go. Now I can zoom in. Now I found it. See if I can move it. Oh, dang it. I need the little hand. Oops. Where's my hand? There it is. Here's a better picture of it. There's RB109. And this is the way the board faces. So sometimes when you flip it, you gotta flip it. It's always the outermost resistor if you're flipping it around. I just wanted to show you guys this because I used to have a hand on here. Where you could move it. I don't know what happened to that feature to turn the pointer off. I'm using Adobe Acrobat Pro, by the way. But yeah. Like I said, that's usually your Gh-19 no video issue. Or if you have a distorted image or something like that, it's always those network resistors on top on side A. I want to buy one to show you that for proof, because I had that board in there for months and months and months. I'm like, I don't know what the hell's wrong with this thing. I'm just going to use it as a donor board. And I thought, well, I'm going to take the risk and see if our Mechacon is any good by fixing the video on it. And the thing works perfectly. I couldn't believe it. It loads better than a Gh-22 sometimes. Oh, maybe they're gonna make you do that now. But this thing loads perfectly. Not even a hiccup. So, like I said, I'm gonna put that on a video to show you when I'm testing PlayStation 2s, because I got 5 PlayStations I need to test, and that's probably going to go in a different chassis so that the number matches. But like I said, like and subscribe, guys. I'm just doing this to keep this you guys informed and what I find on these things. I just wish I had steady customer repairs. I can show you the same crap all day long of how I fix these things. But like I said, I'm not going to sit there and put I have a Gh-19 that I messed up a long time ago that has a good Mechacon on it. But I don't have the thing to reball it. And it would take me hours by hand to reball that with a microscope. It's ridiculous sometimes. And then you got to put it back on there, clean everything off, take it back on there without knocking anything off this board. I said, that's what I'm saying. You can do it. It's possible if you want to waste a whole entire day instead of just going, screw that crap, throw it and try to save the board. But this is your problem 95% of the time. If you're having a laser dropping in and out, working funny. Sony had a lot of problems with these. That's what they were sued for. They were sued for laser rot and Mechacon failures. Let me see if I can find that lawsuit for you. There it is. The infamous disk read error issue. You qualify notice for a $25 free game, free repairs, or a replacement system. Class action lawsuit for GameStop. Sony settles class action lawsuit for ruling on the infamous disk read error, qualifying for PS3 owners for $25 a free game and free repairs or a replacement system. This was back in 2005, and it said it would give them an inappropriate disk error message when eligible to read for benefits and self class action lawsuit that might be never even heard of. I used to get these off of eBay for $25, $30, and I'm not kidding. I did this to tens, maybe 50, 60 systems that people were, and whatever, that Sony got sued for this. And every time I call, they'd ask me, did you drop it? No. Did you spill anything in it? No. And they go, well, all right, you get a free repair. And I went, huh? Because I was willing to pay this, that was like $75 at the time to get these systems fixed. And I sent them in, and people were like, and then I sold people on eBay, said, stop selling these things. They said, send your system into Sony, it's free. And they go, no, it's not free. I said, it was free. I said, they'll ask you a couple of questions. And one seller told me, thank you. Because this person said straight out that, this is the third one I bought, and I've got 3 of them sitting here, and they all don't work. And I said, yeah. I said, they were sued. Just say something about the class action lawsuit. Oh, they settled this out. They're going to fix it for no charge. I said he got all 3 of his systems fixed for nothing. And he took the listing down. And that's why I used to laugh at this, because the fact of the matter is they used to fix these for free, man. If it was a disk read error issue, they would fix it for free. I used to laugh at that because I think I sent like 30 of them to him after paying $25 for them. And what I should have done is I should have said, I think my sister still has one. It's still in the refurbished plastic. It was never opened. I should probably find that system and see if my sister Ann still has it. But yeah, I used to send them suckers to Sony all the time. And get refurbed and get them refurbed. So like I said, Sony had a problem with their Mechacons. They knew it. They didn't care. They had a problem with this chip. They didn't care. What they would do is you'd send it to them, right to them, to Sony Computer Entertainment America, not anywhere else. They'd replace this flipping chip, and they'd replace your laser and send it back to you. That's what they would do. Because somebody sued them. And I used to send these in all the time because it wasn't worth my time. Because I used to sit there and I used to go online and buy disk drives with new lasers in them and just swap them out. And I felt dumb after about 2 of them to find out that Sony was sued for this, so I called them. They still had the warranty stickers on them. I called Sony. Sony took care of it. No problem. I just had to pay the shipping at the time, which was, I don't know, shipping back then for a PlayStation 2, and you threw it in a box was, I don't know, $8, I think. Shipping them UPS ground. So, but yeah, that's what I used to do with these. That's how I learned a lot on these things. If it was a no video issue or the fan died or whatever, it was like a $75 repair. Which, $75, all they did is they gave you a refurb unit. Which, I didn't care. I paid the $75 on one of them once. Because some idiot destroyed it. They were monkeying with it, screwing with pots and stuff, and they dropped it or something. You could tell they dropped it, so there was no way I could get it for free. But I think I paid them a whole $150 on two systems, with all the ones I bought off of eBay back in the day. But yeah, that's what I used to do, and that's how I know the knowledge of these things, because you can look at a diagram and figure that out. So basically, these are data bus lines. They're data lines. Oh, dang it. What the heck happened here? I'm on the wrong side of the board. Yeah, they got switching layer there. Woo! There it is. Yeah, a little zoomed in. I wish I could figure out how to move this thing. But the heck is that? Displays it in education. Rotate document. Don't want to do that. That's the page documents. They used to have it where there was a little thing you could, like a hand thing, and I don't know where it is anymore. I'll have to figure that out for the next video. But anyways, yes, these are all data bus lines. All these chips talk to each other. That's why when you put a mod chip in, you got to cut certain lines and solder it to the mod chip, which I don't recommend you putting a mod chip in these. Just use FreeMC boot and throw a hard drive in it. You don't need to put a mod chip in these anymore. it's a waste of a board. But anyways, like I said, this is Racer PS2 Electronics Repair signing out. I'll catch you guys in the next one.